지난번에 내가 읽어준 passage 잘 복습했어? 오늘은 그 뒷부분 쭉 한번 이어가 보려고. 오늘도 진짜 집중하면서 구체적으로 상상하면서 focus 합시다. 자, 몇 페이지지? 168, 168. Why is Monet considered the first impressionist? Monet's Impression Sunrise is a painting of a view from his window. He gave it that name because the goal was to create the feeling of a harbor instead of just painting all the shapes that he saw. A critic who disliked the painting wrote an article, The Exhibition of the Impressionists, from which Impressionism got its name. The article criticized his painting, saying it wasn't even as good as wallpaper. Ironically, the term Impressionists quickly gained favor with the public and was also accepted by the artists themselves. Even music and literature began taking on features of Impressionism. 자, why is Monet considered the first Impressionist? 최초의 Impressionist Monet. 한참 사람들하고 이제 단순한 모양들만 그리다가 창밖의 풍경을 이제 도전해봤는데 그것을 보고 한 평론가가 평범한 벽지가 이 페인팅보다 더 낫다고 Impressionist, 인상파라고 이렇게 나쁘게 평가를 했나봐. 근데 그 한 기사 덕분에 새로운 미술 장르 이름이 생겨졌대. Impressionism이라고. 이렇게 나쁜 의미로 지어졌는데 좋게 받아들여서 이렇게 이름이 생겼나봐. 자, 다음 페이지. Why did Monet love gardening? Monet loved gardening, as he wrote, "Gardening was something I learned in my youth when I was unhappy. I perhaps owe it to the flowers that I have become a painter." After Monet moved to Giverny in 1883, he himself built gardens and spent his later life painting them. These gardens were the main focus of Monet's artistic production during his last 30 years of his life. He tried to express on the canvas the constantly changing play of light and reflections on the surface of the water. In fact, many of his masterpieces were painted from what he saw in his gardens at Giverny. For example, one of his most famous pieces was a painting of the water lilies in those very gardens. 자, Why did Monet love gardening? 모네가 예원을 좋아하는 이유는 모네가 어렸을 때부터 이제 꽃들을 키우면서 즐거움을 느낀 덕분에 화가가 됐다고 하네. 그래서 좀 더 나이가 들어서 직접 자기가 원하는 대로 장원을 만들고 장원의 연못도 만들고 해가지고 그 연못에 있는 연꽃을 그린 Water Lilies 이런 작품이 또 있네. 집에서 이런 페인팅 있었으면 좋겠다. 볼 때마다 힐링이 될 것 같아. 자, 마지막 페이지 거의 다 왔습니다. Did Monet's cataracts affect his painting style? Monet suffered from cataracts for much of his later life. During that time, he produced some of his most characteristic work. Scientists claim that the disease blurred his vision, which influenced his unique painting style, especially in his later paintings. A professor at Stanford University used a computer to recreate a photograph of the same bridge in Monet's water lily pond as it might appear to someone with moderate cataracts. Surprisingly, the color and the detail of the recreated picture look very similar to those of Monet's painting. Nevertheless, Monet's artistic style was well formed before his eye disease affected his vision. More important is that despite his failing eyesight, he continued to paint. This is when he painted Nymphaeus, one of his most famous paintings of water lilies. Monet created countless works that are still loved today, and many of his works are in museums around the world. If you get the chance to see more of his paintings, look at the emotions in them. Claude Monet changed art forever, and you can see that in every brushstroke. Good. Okay, 마지막. 모네 스타일의 백내장이 끼친 영향에 대한 글을 방금 읽었는데 백내장이 이제 나이가 들면서 모네의 시력을 흐렸나 보네. 그럼에도 불구하고 스탠퍼드 대학에서 어떤 한 교수가 Water Lily Pond이라는 작품을 다시 한번 작성해봤더니 구성이나 색깔이나 실제 장소와 진짜 거의 비슷했대. 정말 역시 모네 대단하네. 최초의 Impressionist 모네. 정말 존경받을 만한 것 같다. 끝났어. You did it. Woo. 어때? 전보다 훨씬 더 쉽지? 이렇게 어려운 패시지도 꼼꼼히 읽어보면 도움이 될 거야. 그럼 다음 시간까지 열심히 공부하고 할 수 있어. You got this. See you later.